You need to observe. You don't need to provide nothing. The only thing that you need is with you. The grade is subjective. Nobody must say something about your score on each point. You can take a picture or print screen to make the exercise when we finish our talk. After you define your current status, you must ask yourself, what are the focus areas for your financial plan? What are we investing our time and money in? If a psychologist was observing you during the last 2 months and she was writing all that you did, you spent, and you can not explain why you took those decisions, what things probably she will say are important for you? What areas in your life need to pay attention to? What do you need today? What would you ask your family and very close friends? What do you need to solve? If you answer this question, not all are financial. You will find financial objectives. For example, suppose I grade spirituality with 1 and I want to do a spiritual retreat. Do you know spiritual retreat? I need to connect with myself. Do a spiritual retreat cost money? Hence, I find one objective around spirituality. Now I need a financial plan to make it happen. Suppose I'm not healthy, in particular, my mental health is bad. The reason is debts, and I don't know how to pay it. Then I need a financial plan to be calm. In step number 1, we ask ourselves questions regarding the past. In step number 2, we ask ourselves questions regarding the present. Now, in step number 3, we are going to ask questions regarding the future for projecting our desired status. For that, please respond the following questions. Imagine you are on December 31 of 2022 and you are at a New Year's Eve party and a friend asks you how this year was. Now you suppose that 2022 was the best year in your life. You will say 2022 was the best year that I have had. Now the question is, if 2022 was the best year in your life, what things happened? All are valid. You can say, I paid off debts. I gave the down payment of my house. I did my first investment. I have my finances under control. I improved my spirituality. I recovered an old friendship. I went back to my girlfriend or boyfriend. In other words, the thing that should have happened for 2022 was the best year. This answer gives us insights regarding what things are important for us. With this information, we will make our financial plan. Okay, and step number 3, desired status. Let's begin to write the purposes for the new year in that part. What would be the title for this chapter of our life? What is the topic of this year? Maybe pay off debts, retake control of my money, begin to invest, change my job. It's important to do it because I said before, the year only have 28 weeks to do what we want to do. Select no more than 5 things from the list you did before when you answered the question. If 2022 was the best year in your life, what things happened? What things I can put aside and what I can for 2022 will the best year. Another way is to review the following table because the objectives are aren't only in the quadrant of the things we wish and we don't have. What is in general what we think when we are planning, and it is. Always when we are planning, we think in that part. The things that we wish and we don't have. But it's not only. For example, the trip that I haven't done, the house that I don't have, the car that I don't have, etc. In the quadrant of things we wish and we have, the objectives are what we want to keep. The objectives can be the result of things we don't wish, but we have. So we don't wish, we don't have. So then things we don't want to keep, to quit. Finally, the objectives can result from things we don't wish and we don't have. So then things we want to avoid. An important question in this step is what things, habits, beliefs, fears, relationships want to keep, yes, want to keep, want to reach, or want to avoid. We can close this part asking the following questions. What skill do you want to develop? You mentioned 3 skills. What do you want to learn in 2022? Which superpower will help you achieve your goals? It can be silly questions, but the answer will give us important insights for making decisions about what road you should take. For example, if some of you answer the superpower he needs is ubiquity, maybe you have more responsibilities that you can do. Or if the superpower you need is purchasing power, maybe you are making something wrong in your personal finance. What aspects do you want to change during the next year? What things no longer serve you? What things you would like to get away from? What habits, behaviors do you want to keep the next year? Who would you like to help? Who would you like to help you? Who or what deserves more attention? Who or what doesn't deserve so much attention? This answer will help you evolving in your personal finances. Finally, our last part, a recommendation to take the control of your finances. Recommendation number 1, identify big expenses that you will have. Make a forecast of each expense in order to know how much money you need throughout the year. Important events like weddings, graduation party, buying a house, a new PC, appliance, mobile phone, buying a car. And if you buy a car, how much money do you need for maintenance? Insurance, for house, for car, for health, tuition payments. If you didn't forecast it, maybe you will use credit for it. In that moment, the problem starts. So the debts cause interest. Then you enter in a cycle of use of debt. And for its exit is hard if we are not aware about what is happening. Home repairs, vacation, new clothes. Important forecast. The recommendation number 2, positive cash flow. A basic explanation is income, as you see. Okay, income must exceed expenditures without using new debts. You can use Microsoft Excel. It's easy for all your for your forecast. You need to project all year. If your forecast shows you a negative cash flow, you must take a decision from these 3 options. increase incomes, decrease expenses. It's not easy, but it's possible. Use a credit line. I don't recommend it. Please pay attention regarding the quotation. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. It happens. Recommendation number 3. Take inventory of your indebtedness. Who, how much, about the debt, monthly fee, how long, interest rate, what for. In this case, it's important to check what debts are good and what are not, if you can renegotiate the interest rate. Recommendation number 4, check your credit history at least age 6 months. For what? Personal safety, avoid frauds, debt control. Knowing our score from new credits, if my credit score is under 700 points, I need to take action because it's probably the bank reject my loan request if I need. And you can reduce the balance in your credit card, for example. Recommendation number 5, take inventory of your savings. Review how much I am saving each month. Okay, with this formula. Saving divided by income. Saving divided by the incomes, and the outcome must be over 10%. You share with me, with us, the percentage. Okay, at least I recommend 10%. Some of you said 20, 30, it depends. But please, at least 1%, but you need to say 1,000, 10,000, but you need to start to saving money. The second formula is for check our emergency fund. What is it? If you lost your job, how many months can you survive? The number must be between 3 and 7 months, because this is the time that a person can take for find a new job. You put your total savings divided by monthly expenses, and you know how many months you can survive. Okay, recommendation number 6. Let's start to invest. It depends on purpose, time horizon, opportunity cost, risk profile, and investment strategies and portfolio management. If you are an active or passive investor, if you like Bitcoin or mutual funds, or begin for a CD or saving account. Recommendation number 7, plan the payment of taxes. House tax, car tax, income tax return. All of them are important, and you know at the beginning of the year what taxes you must to pay that year. And finally, my recommendation number 8, simplify and organize. Keep in mind the following. Knowledge. Now you know what it takes to have healthy finances. Skills. Now you know how to use the tools to achieve your financial goals. Attitudes. Now you recognize your beliefs, they condition your behaviors. And behaviors, now you use knowledge, skills, and attitudes to make specific actions in finance. So I said, good luck in your financial planning. Now my presentation is finished. Please let me know if you have any questions about.
Sorry, Wellington. Can you show us the recommendation number 4 again, please?
Sure.
Thank
Okay,
you.
number 4. Mhm.
Thank you.
Perfect. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. For example, in that case, recommendation number 4, 7, if you know or not, 700 points, you know, data credito. Data credito, we are on data credito and they check, or each person have a score. If you need a credit or credit card or a loan, the minimum point is 700 points in the score. 700 points in the score. If you have list of them, of that, is difficult the bank approve the loan. And you can check it through the website. Okay. More
Hi,
questions?
guys.
Hi, teacher.
I made it home.
Good.
But I was paying attention. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Okay, now I see the okay, Jimena. Jimena has a question.
Yes, Wellington, thank you for your explanation. It was very interesting. I would like know about if you are a financial planning, are you rich?
It depends of the decision. I can say you this financial plan is for each person must to have a financial plan. Maybe not rich, maybe not poor, but if you make your life is more relaxed, you can stay calm because you know this is my incomes, this is my expense, and this is my earnings. So I can invest, I can make my dreams, my desires really real.
Thank you, Wellington.
Okay. Oiden.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was very interesting and got a lot of important information. I have a question regarding our country and the economy we have in here. I mean, even if we have a very good plan and we follow the plan, is it possible to be financially healthy in a country where the inflation, the price level of goods is high?
For your question, I said it's important to review our financial plan almost 3 months or 6 months, because it depends of the situations. Because maybe you need to make change in order, for example, the inflation maybe change a year, but it depends of the economic situation. But not only the situation for the country, we are humans, and the humans happen some things that we don't expect. So it's important to check. Oh, for example, I have an accident, or something can happen. So you need to check the forecast, check your financial plan, and fix the things that you need to change.
All right, thank you.
It's not static, it's not, it's flexible. I think it's flexible. You need to check, but if you have to your financial plan, you can remember. It's important. I think the people forget the things that need to pay. So when the bank call, oh my God, I don't pay it. Oh, what happened? But if you put in your Microsoft Excel, your spreadsheet, you can remember. Oh, this is my income, this is my expense. I can buy something or no, because some case you must to say no, I can't. It's important to say no.
Thank you.
Okay, Jaime, go ahead.
Thank you, Wellington. Wellington, can you talk us about credit cards and can you give us an advice for use it?
Okay, sure. About credit card, it's important for us when the commercial advisor call you, you say, okay, if I have a credit card, I need another credit card, or is a good commercial advisor and say you don't pay fees, you receive miles and you receive points, but really you need another credit card or only you need one credit card. The balance that you need is enough or you need more. Yes, the credit limit is enough or not. But it's important when you use your credit cards, if you reach 70%, please, no more than 70% of your limit, your credit limit, because when we check the data credito, and I said, okay, Jaime, his income are, for example, 1 million, and he pay the 70% of incomes in the monthly payment. I say, is a risk for the bank, and for another kind of loans, like loans for a house, a mortgage, maybe it can be rejected. Always we need to the maximum use for a credit card, limit credit, maximum 70%.
Thank you, Wellington.
Okay, Hector, please go ahead.
Hello, Wellington. Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a question. Many financial advisory say that the people must have many source of income. Yes. And what is your opinion? How cryptocurrencies, how investment source?
The opinion about the cryptocurrencies and traditional investment, or?
Yes, between traditional investment and cryptocurrency, in your opinion and in your knowledge, yes,
Okay.
is good. What is your opinion?
Okay, it depends, and maybe I think it depends on the risk profile, because in my case, as I said before, I work as a financial advisor, so I invest in stocks, in bonds, from Colombia and New York at the New York Stock Exchange. And that kind of products or that kind or assets that have a regulation. For in my case, I feel safe because they have a regulation. But if you invest in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, like Bitcoin, they don't have regulation. So in my case, my risk profile don't let me because I'm afraid about that. But for example, my cousin invests on it and always is on the phone and is checking the prices and said, I have levels of entry, I have levels of get out. It depends. It depends. Always in cryptocurrencies, you have a lot of risks. You can invest an amount of money, but you can lose all. While you invest in stocks or bonus or mutual funds, for example, is more safe. I think it's more safe. But always, when we are talking about investment, we say diversification. Maybe you heard that word is important because you need to select an amount to invest in different kinds of assets, but not all in cryptocurrencies. Maybe another part I recommend. Okay, then I have a question, Nikki.
Okay. Hello. Do you agree when people say that if people had someone to advise them?
Sorry, Nikki, I can hear you. Can you speak more?
And now,
Okay.
okay. Do you agree when people say that if people had someone to advise them, would there be fewer people in bankruptcy?
Bankruptcy. You say, but the question is, what I think when the people go to bankruptcy?
Excuse me. The question is, do you think it is necessary in the country to have a financial advisor?
Okay. If you have a lot of money, yes, it's important. But for example, in our country, if you have less than 50 millions, it's not necessary because I recommend you to invest in traditional investment like a CDs, like a saving account where you find a high interest rate, because for the diversification is not necessary because it's a small amount. But if you have 100 millions or height of this, yes, I recommend, because many brokers are looking for people who have that amount of money, and they can make a portfolio and say you, oh, okay, you, and recommend you what is the best option for you invest that money. But if you have less than 100 million Colombian millions, is not necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And another thing, Nikki, because it's expensive for us, because if you have a portfolio, you need to pay fees for the brokerage. So you need to put in the balance, you need to say, okay, my revenues are this, but I need to pay for that. And finally, okay, it's not necessary because you lost profitability of the investment. Okay, Jimena, go ahead.
Thank you, Wellington. My question is about sale or offers. It's through the offers that a mall or a store give us.
I don't understand the question. Please repeat, please.
Can I earn money using the offers, sale or discounts?
Yes, but it's important to check. I think that when you go to a store and you say the maybe the flyer in front and say 20 50% discount today, and but it's important if you know the price, because if this is the price, you don't have any discount. Okay, it's important to know when you buy. It's important to buy with knowledge, but not with our feelings, because always I think marketing is good because always we say, oh, this is my opportunity. Tomorrow maybe this opportunity is disappear. But if you check, for example, when you are buying tickets for a trip, for example, and you say, okay, fly from Bogota to United States, this is the cost, and you write it, and you say, okay, I need to save money for that. And you are not every day, but maybe weekly checking the prices, and you say, oh, today I have a discount, and you can take advantage of it. Is a good opportunity. The same for other things. It's important we know the real price, and you take the best decision.
Okay, Wellington. And it's better save your money in a bank or in your house?
Always. You remember when with that question, my aunt asked me the last week. She has got a loan, and she say, oh my God, I prefer to keep the money in my house. I said, what? For security is better in a bank. And she say, but the taxes, 4 por 1000, another fees, I prefer to keep in my house. And say, no, because while you keep your money in the bank, you can save, and after maybe you can invest it while you use, because the bank works with your money, but you can take advantage of it. It's important to keep in the bank and look for what you can invest, you can do with your money. Always the bank have an offer for you. You need to ask, and you need to check the options, and select the best that you feel comfortable, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, Wilson, go ahead.
Hello, good night.
Good night, Wilson.
Thank you for your presentation. It's very interesting. Always is necessary planning all time in the financial and the others activities is very important. Thank you. My question. Do you think it's a good time to change the investment profile to higher rise trading to generate great profit?
Okay,
En los ahorros, ¿no? En la inversión.
You say to change a conservative profile to high profile for
Yes.
Okay, for improve the revenues. I think many when, for example, when I check with my clients, always they told me, I want an investment that I need 15%. And I said, 15%? Okay, 15%, you need to put your money in the high level of risks. And maybe tomorrow you don't have the money because you invest money in companies that have a high risks. And so they, no, I prefer to invest in libranzas. Maybe some of you heard about libranzas or the pyramids and other kind of these investments. And it's important the knowledge. When I explain, I teach them about the risks that they said when they have or they will have that investments, they recognize, okay, understand. It's important, don't change your profile, your risk profile, in order to have more revenues, because you don't feel comfortable. You can go to your bed and you say, oh my God, I invest in something that will give me 15%, while the bank for a CD give me 2%. Is crazy. And it's crazy. But if you, as I said before, if you diversify and you say, okay, for my 100%, I put 5% in that kind of investment that had a high level of risks, no problem, because you are mixing the risks. So at the end, you will check, oh, I invest 5% of all my invest in that, and I have a loss, or I win some, I win more of them, but not all, a few part of your portfolio.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question, guys? Yep.
Cambiaste de voz, Carolina. You changed voice.
They don't have a question.
Carolina, que no le cambies la comida del perrito para ahorrar en la planeación.
No bullying, no bullying.
Jimena, go ahead.
Willington, I don't know if you know about when I change money by other coin, I lost always.
No. When you change, for example, Colombian pesos to dollars, if you win or lose money.
Yes.
For it, I know people who has another way to invest is buying foreign currencies. For example, I know people who go to the money exchange and say, okay, I buy, for example, dollars and keep it in their house and expect for example, the dollar increase the price and they sell it, and yes, they take profit of that sell. Is another kind of invest. I think is a little of have a little of risks because you keep the dollars in your house, but now the price of the dollar is high. Maybe if the price go down, is an opportunity to buy dollars or euros is an option, and is another kind. You can, when you go out from our country, you can carry with you with $10,000, and is another kind that you can keep the dollar for a trip, for example, or if you are planning to study in another country, to save in dollars because you are planning to go another country. But it's not necessary because, as I said, I know people who invest in dollars or in euros and keep it in their house. But I think you can, it depends of the you buy, you can buy other currencies, the brokers.
Thank you.
All right. Think Willington is getting some glitches in his systems. Okay. There
Yeah,
he is. Okay.
I'm here.
Go ahead. Arley, go
Okay.
ahead.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Arley.
Hi, Mr. Willington. I have a question for you.
Sure, tell me.
Yeah, in this play, the signal is very bad. Okay. Mr. What financial advantages do I have when I make purchase with credit card? Outside promotion, outside discount, advantages when I make purchase with credit cards.
Okay. Just the question is what advantage we have when we use.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I understand in the store promotion, discount, outside that.
Credit cards related from the stores, as you know, Falabella, Tuya from Éxito, give you some discounts that you can take advantage of it. But in general, I think that credit cards is an way to pay, but no is for debt, because you use a credit card as a loan. Is very expensive because the interest rate is the highest. You can find an interest rate more cheap in a loan, But if you use, for example, your credit card, your credit line for cash is the highest interest rate. So in my case, for example, I use my credit card for pay everything. Everything I pay with my credit card because I have two credit cards. One of these give me points that I change that points for some gifts that the bank give me, and the other give me miles. And I love to accumulate miles because I use that miles for travel. So I think, and I pay all the things in one month because it's in a way to pay. I think is the option that you the best option that you can use a credit card for a pay or everything, and you when you receive your income you pay your credit card, but not for a long credit. No,
Okay,
it's not
so
a
Right.
good idea.
so
Yeah,
it's like
it's very
recycling money.
important for my.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Arley.
And thank you so much. In this case, when I pay credit card, it's very important for my history financial.
If you pay on time is very important. Yes, it's very important you pay on time. If you pay at least one day before the day that you must to pay is bad because data credito and the other is TransUnion have the records that the day that you pay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Mr.
Thank you for your question.
So sorry, Willington, I was asking you that the thing that you explained that you do with the credit card every month is like recycling the money.
Something like that, because I always I think many years for many years I don't carry with in my bag cash. Always I pay with my credit card, but in some places don't receive credit card. I need to use cash, but I always pay with my credit card and receive the money in my account, and I pay the credit card. is the best way for use, and I feel safety. And I think that while you don't share your password and your username with others, your account in your bank is secure. But if you share your password or you put your ID as a password or you put on as a password, a easy password is a risky decision because always other person try to guess the password and maybe make a fraud. Okay. Jimena, go ahead.
It's me, Willington. Willington, can you talk us about trading? It's a good idea. It's difficult. How is the risk?
I think if you in trading you need to have fundamentals and technical analyze. As I said before, I study a financial engineer and I have a master's degree in finance. But for example, in my case, I think if I take the way for trading, it's necessary to be connected with the market all the time because you need to know before the market or before others the information, because you can remember the phrase that said, we have, if you have the information, you have the power. So it's good if you have the time for that, but if you have your job and you think to spend time in trading, I think is difficult, because you didn't, or you don't do your job for thinking in trading, or you don't do a good job in trading because you are thinking in your job. So if you have the time and important the time and the money, if you have the time and the money, you can invest and you can make trading is a good adventure. I think I know people who lives from trading, trading with currencies, with stocks, because from here open an account in United States for trading is possible, and maybe with small amounts, because traditional brokers in Colombia offer you to open an account with high levels of entry, but the reality is that you can open an account, for example, TD Bank in United States offered through Ameritrade, I remember, and you can make trading through them.
Thank you, Willington.
Okay.
No more questions, guys? Willington is like, no more questions. Thank you.
If you have more questions, I can share.
I have a question. What do you think it's a good age to start teaching your kids about finances?
I think always we are teaching our kids, because when you say your kid, when you send to the store for buying something, and they are looking what decision we took, because we said, please buy something, and if you find something more cheap, you buy then, or ask for how much is it before you buy something. Maybe I think all time they are that I that I that I they are watching in us what decision we took, because it happens normally in our house. So but I think that they understand more when they are on secondary, from maybe 11 years old. But I think because I have my cousin, my family, always I say, why do you took that decision? Why do buy something? Well, always they are asked why. It's important to explain why we took that decision. If I have a mistake, it's important to explain, because they learn through our mistakes.
So I have been a terrible mother, because my kids say that when they go to the store and they stay waiting there and they don't receive any money, it's because the purchase was complete. Yeah, no, they arrive and they say, Mom, I pay and they didn't say anything to me. So I imagine it was fully paid and I returned. I'm like,
Okay, and it's important to say to to put challenge is to say, okay, we need to. This is the list. We need to buy that things, and help me to check where is more cheap and the quality and what reason, and ask them why you buy something. This is more cheap, but the quality is less quality, or you buy something that have more quality, but it's not cheap, and they make decisions. They can think, okay, and the future they all sure. I I think they learn the lesson.
yes, or another bad habit is that they don't check the change. You know, like they go to the store, they pay, they receive the change, and that's it. They return home and they don't check.
And many parents don't ask for the how do you say the money after you pay
The change,
something.
yeah, the
The
change.
change, yes. No problem. You can buy what you want.
No, not in my house.
Good, very good.
But sometimes, for example, I send my daughter and I say, okay, you have to go to this place to buy the meat, and you have to go to this place to buy this and this. So she goes to 3 different places, and when she returns, she gives me the money, and I say, okay, explain to me, what is this? Oh, how much
Okay.
was this? And she started doing the math, you know, like, oh, I pay this, I pay 10,000 pesos for the meat, and then I pay 4,000 pesos, 500 in the lichigo that we call. And yes, and she's trying to do the math of how much she spent. And after that, I was, okay, how much do you have to give me? And for her, it's very difficult because I don't know why, maybe it's my fault, but they don't get used to do that, you know, like they just receive the money and that's it. Thank you and goodbye.
Good habits. A good habit when you ask them. Yes.
All right. Will, I have a final question, and I know it's been a long time here, but it's so valuable, you know, having an expert like you in these matters is so important. You know, my question is, Will, you know, in Colombia, we usually go to the corner to buy groceries and things, you know? Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was wondering, we don't even know if those prices they set are the right prices, you know? They might be putting, you know, higher prices than they should be. Do we have a kind of a standard or a place to go and research and investigate, maybe online, how much is everything in Colombia?
I remember the last time I was looking for an app that said the standard price of something, but I think it works like ways. The users put the price that they bought something, but I think the prices are not updated. So my recommendation is, because for cities is different prices. So if you use your Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, you can put the groceries or the regular things that you buy and the price. And when you are your forecast, you say, okay, this is the prices, but and have in your phone, when you go to the grocery or you're going to the mall, you check the prices, and this is the reference for the next purchase. Because it's difficult, and we need to be flexible, to be easy purchase is important. No not difficult. Try to make the things easy. But is a list with the prices and you check and that's all.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, because when I go to the corner and I pay 500 for a banana, I don't know if it is 500 for real, you know? And it
Mhm.
might be 200 and I'm paying 300 extra. And you know, and then I go to another store and it has a different price and I'm always concerned about it. Do I have a reference to know how much exactly a banana is in this country or in this city? That's crazy. I don't know how much is anything in the corner, you know? Yeah. So I think some grocers are stealing me sometimes, you know? Yeah. Okay, guys, let's go through one final question and let's let go Willington. He's been so kind and, you know, he is volunteering, guys. He's here as a volunteer, investing his time and knowledge for all of you guys. So it's just amazing. Remember our social approach we have in this language school. We are always helping people that they don't have the resources for studying English. And that's why our people, our experts, they invest time and knowledge helping people too. You, Willington, you are helping us to help people. Thank you so much, okay?
It's
And
my pleasure. Mhm.
yeah, let's go through Jimena's question. Go ahead, Jimena.
For Jaime.
Thank you.
Or Jaime, yeah.
Me. Wellington, if I buy pounds, no, kilo instead of pounds, I save money.
Mm. Eh, okay. I don't have that. I don't have the answer at your question because I think it depends of that you need. If you check the equivalent in pounds or in kilograms, and you need if they are in your forecast, I pay in my case, for example, I pay for things for more things if I need, because is if you don't need, you don't buy it because you lost your money. But even if it's more cheap, because the promotion in the stores say you buy 3 and pay 2, but if you don't need, or you are spending more money and you don't need and you lose your money at the end. So it's important to check the equivalence. Yes, the equivalence when you are buying something. This is my answer to your question, but maybe it's possible to save money. It's possible to save money only if you need.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Carolina.
I have one last question. It's a silly question. Is it good to be stingy? Guys, do you know what is the meaning of stingy?
It's no good, never good.
Stingy, it's tacaño, or as we say in colloquial Spanish, amarrado. So, is it good to be stingy or not?
In my experience, I know a lot of clients in the bank that I think they are stingy and they have a lot of money. But it depends. I think it depends in your quality, life quality, because if you want to eat something, if you want to take a trip, if you want to buy some for some dress, some pants, if you don't buy because you are stingy, I think it's not good. but many people prefer to save money, don't 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 buy something that they like, but because they prefer to save money. I think this is not the correct way, because life is for enjoy the life, and a part of them you save money.
But there is nothing more rewarding for a woman that getting something on promotion, you know, like having a good deal when you go shopping. You know, like it's not even buying something beautiful, but when you got that with a discount, it's like the best thing that can happen to a woman. I don't know for a guy, but because women and guys are different regarding shopping, you know.
Yes.
And I think guys are more, as you said, you know, like guys are more thinking about the technology and having something luxury. We are different, you know, like we want luxury things, but if we can have a good deal, it will be perfect. So
Mhm.
so I imagine there is a thin line dividing being stingy or being smart with money. So thank you, Wellington.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Wellington, I think we are letting you go. Thank you so much for investing your time and knowledge with us. You know, it was very important and interesting, a lot, okay? And this is our expert today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, just keep coming back, guys. That's the way we offer you this important space and moment so you can learn in English with content, all right? So
Don't forget to
Wellington,
follow him in LinkedIn and
and
all his
please,
social things.
yeah, let's follow Wellington, and whatever you need, just call him, right? We can call you, right? Yeah, whatever you need.
Yes.
Are you doing a consulting service? I'm
No,
no.
not really. No, no.
Okay.
No. This is I share with you my profile in
Mhm.
LinkedIn. This is my social network. Yes, if you need something, you can tell me. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I enjoyed that time. This is my first time in a talk. I appreciate the
Amazing.
invitation. Oiden and Carolina and you students, you are a good teacher. I learned so much, Carolina, you know, and I appreciate the invitation. And I desire you to learn a lot. English is a language that we need for many things in our job, in our travels. Is amazing. I enjoy each word that I learn each day.
Amazing advice, Wellington. You have a knack for teaching. We need to hire him, you know, for our language school. Okay, guys.
Thank
You
you so much,
guys,
Wellington.
Wellington,
You know
what,
that
what
I enjoy being your teacher a lot.
Thank you.
go ahead, Wilson.
Wellington, what is your last name?
Hincapié.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. It was so good to see you, and have a great weekend. And for the ones that are going to be tomorrow, see you tomorrow. And bye-bye. You can go now, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Class.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have wonderful weekend. Sleep well, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you, teacher.
Bye-bye, buddy.